Now let's take a look at the analytics page within Whelen Cloud Platform. This is really where the historic view of the GPS data that Whelen Cloud Platform collects is displayed. Starting with the dashboard, it allows us to query a specific date range, and we can also focus on specific groups of vehicles or one vehicle in particular. But here, let's take a look at the last week for the whole fleet. On this dashboard, really it starts as a zoomed out view, right? Up top, we're able to capture things like percentage of time online, percentage of time in a responding state, as well as some average speeds. And on the right side, we get hours associated with all of those statuses, whether that's hours responding, hours online, hours offline. Down below, we start looking at specific vehicles. We're able to kind of filter out, again, all those hours online, hours offline, and responding. And it's very simple. With a click, we're able to see this vehicle has responded 69 times, and it has a top responding speed of 87.6 miles an hour. If you wanted to drill a level deeper into the data, we're able to use this ellipsis on the right side to go into our view logs aspect. Again, it'll pull up a search where we're able to set a specific date range, specific vehicles, or specific groups. But for this, let's look at CW Silverado as the example vehicle here. On the analytics log page, instead of looking at the entire fleet and making some estimations around percentage of time online, offline, and responding, we are very specifically focusing on one vehicle. For this example, this vehicle has come online, essentially ignition on 23 times, and it's went into a responding state 46 times. Again, responding is typically triggered from a slide switch position 1, 2, or 3, but with Core it can be configured to kind of any level of input that you're looking for. On the right side here, we're able to capture average and top not responding speeds, as well as average and top responding speeds, because we understand the differences between response travel and non-response travel. Down below is where we really start to get granular with some of this data. This is where we track our logs. Essentially, Whelen Cloud Platform tracks a log for 4 different statuses. Those statuses are ignition on, into responding mode, so emergency lights on, out of responding mode, and ignition off. And by this, it really gives us a playback or a play-by-play of what took place in a day. A shift started, a vehicle was started, we had a response or a responding event. We came out of that with some typical non-response travel and kind of back into it, and really lets us show what the day looked like. Also with these logs, we're able to capture the distance traveled and the average and top speed for each individual type. Again, we understand that response travel is significantly different than non-response travel, so it allows you to filter out average speeds and top speeds for really all those different types of logs. Again, like in Whelen Cloud Platform, we can use the ellipsis to really drill one level deeper. So from looking at a list of the different statuses, lights on, lights off, key on, key off, now we can go into the playback. This is an example of a playback for a vehicle over a 24-hour period. The first thing that you'll notice is some of the dots are displayed as white and some are red. White indicates non-response travel, while red indicates that vehicle was responding at that point in time. The big difference there is that when we're non-response or white dots, that data is updated once every 5 seconds. But when we go into a responding state, our refresh rate drops to once per second because we understand that important times we need to capture as much data as possible. At any time in a playback, you're able to zoom into the map and actually see the specific breadcrumbs that make up that part of the response. We can click on a dot here, and we can see that vehicle was doing 50 miles an hour at that point in time, as well as the geolocation data, lat long, that was captured with that breadcrumb. Additionally, the add-on features are captured below, and this is where we're able to show things like, was the traffic advisor on? Was a siren tone active at that time? All the way down to driver behavior pieces, whether that's harsh acceleration or harsh braking, we are able to capture once every 5 seconds in the non-response state and once per second when responding.